How's it going, guys? We're going to check out the free exercise clause. As you see right here, I'm on the Cornell Law School website, where you can learn all your laws right here. It, that's actually pretty convenient. But we're going to check out just a little bit of this. The free exercise clause it allows violation of laws and protects against the opinions and expression of opinion, the practices of religion, including religious rituals, as you see right here. And down here, it clearly states that the free exercise clause not only protects religious beliefs and expression, it also seems to allow violation of laws, as long as that violation is made for religious reasons. Now, what I'm getting at here is I took a drug test in, what was it, October? No, wait a minute. It was in September. I took a drug test in September to drive a commercial vehicle, being a truck driver. Well, I came up with marijuana in my system. And marijuana is actually used in religious rituals for Christians. It's even in scripture, cannabis. Well, I could prove this too. Well, they reported it to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, which is DOT, and they put a violation against my record. And now they're trying to force me into taking substance abuse classes for practicing my religious rituals. That's oppressive authority. Even though that there is a law stating that marijuana is illegal, or if there is a regulation stating that marijuana cannot be used, it cannot be applied because the government cannot stop somebody for practicing their religion. That's what the free exercise clause for. Or not the free exercise clause, but the establishment clause. It prevents government from interfering. Now, I had I tried to make 3 petitions, and every one of them, they dismissed all the petitions, but still kept the violation on my record, telling me that I had to take substance abuse classes, which is ridiculous because I don't abuse it. Well, let's uh let's go here, right here. ABC News, right? Now I don't know why they put hallucinogenics right there because it don't make you hallucinate. That's stupid. That just goes to show people take word off of other people. Now if you look in Exodus 30:23, that's not the only place it's at, you'll see where it says sweet calamus. And sweet calamus is actually translated into cannabis. Okay, let's look at another one here. We can do away with that one. Let's look at ABC News. See? Oh, I think that's right. Here's the one I was just at. I think I just deleted one. That's alright. We got plenty more to look at. Let's see here. We can get rid of that one. Actually, I'm going to go back to it because that was a BBC one. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to pause you for a minute. Nope, never mind. There it is. See there? Even they say hallucinogenic, but it's not it don't make you hallucinate. I've been driving for years using this for a religious ritual, and I've never had a problem. Never had a speeding ticket, never had an accident. It don't make you hallucinate. And I don't know where the heck they get that from. I'm sorry guys, my internet's a little slow. I'm gonna pause it until we get to it here. Now if you look right here, now cannabis and frankincense. Now that is part of the ingredients that God commanded us to use. Cannabis, frankincense, a few other herbs, and some kind of oil. And God specifically tells us not to use strange incense, which means we cannot take the cannabis out and substitute it for something else. See, God stopped, He abolished the burnt sacrifices and the burnt offerings of animals, but He never abolished the incense. But they want to try to sit there and tell me that I have to take substance abuse classes for practicing my religion. That's against the 14th Amendment. That's oppressive authority. They are putting laws in front of a constitutionally protective right that even Congress cannot make law against. So if Congress can't make law against it, then what are they enforcing? Nothing. They don't want to even comprehend our rights. They just want to have authority over the people, which is not how it works. The people have authority over the government, yes, but the government don't have authority over the people unless they have a legitimate reason to have it. They don't have it. They sent an email back to me telling me that I can't use recreational and drive a truck. Religion is not recreational. It's not recreational. A recreational is, it's, I guess you could say it's somewhat of a privilege, but they can govern it. They can't govern religion. Because if they do, they violate the Constitution of the First Amendment. They violate the Article 6 of the Constitution. They violate the Free Exercise Clause. They violate the Establishment Clause. They violate the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. They violate Public Law 49, 404, Section 12. I mean, what are they enforcing? There might be a law out there saying that it's illegal, or a regulation out there saying that we can't do certain things, but that falls under law, right? It's in my religious right, and I can prove it in Scripture. And I'm proving it here too. You know, it's... But they're punishing me for practicing my religious ritual that I am allowed to do, that they cannot enforce law against. Right? There's a thing that the judges use. It's called the lemon test. Okay, let's check that out real quick. Oh, hang on a second. I'm going to pause you again. Now here's what the lemon test is. U.S. Supreme Court set forth a three-pronged inquiry commonly known as the lemon test. To pass this test, thereby allowing the display or motto to remain. The government's conduct, 1, must have a secular purpose. Okay? If you don't know what secular means, it means not being affiliated with. Okay? So like if I was to do methamphetamines and say it's a religious practice, but it's not, that's secular. Now they can rule. Marijuana, which is cannabis, is not secular because it is proven fact that it is part of a religious ritual. Must have a principal or primary effect that does not advance or inhibit religion. It does inhibit because God never abolished incense. We are supposed to still be doing it. He never abolished it. Cannot foster an excessive government entanglement with religion. That means I go to show them this proof, they're not going to be able to overrule it. They have to go with it, and they cannot punish me for it or any other Christian. They can't tell me that I can't go out and drive a truck while doing religious practices. They can't do it because that's punishing me. Now, if you look up here, about right here where I'm at, can you provide evidence or other documentation that this violation is preventing you from performing safety-sensitive functions in accordance with the regular, it's underneath the CFR 49 regulation 382.717E. I put yes. So let's check what this is. Let's find E. Right here. Driver may request expedient treatment to correct inaccurate information in his or her clearinghouse record under paragraph A of this section if the inaccuracy is currently preventing him or her from performing safety-sensitive functions, or to remove employer reports under paragraph A2 of this section if such reports are currently preventing him or her from performing safety-sensitive functions. This request may be included in the original petition or as a separate document. Okay, now let's go up here to A. Under this section, petitioners may request only that administrative errors, which isn't an error because they're trying to enforce the regulation against me for a religious practice, which Congress can't make law. But you got the Administrative Procedure Act, which governs the rules and regulations for the agencies to be able to create these rules and regulations. And in Section 12, or in Public Law 49, 404, Section 12, in the constructs and effect, it states that nothing in the Act shall diminish constitutional rights. Right? So without the Act, the Administrative Procedure Act, the rules and regulations can't stand because that's the only thing supporting it. There has to be a law to support the rules and regulations for it to be enforced. So if Congress can't make law against the rights of religion and the rights for people to practice their religion and their rituals, what law is there to support? Right? So how are they going to enforce a regulation on me for practicing my religious rights? If Congress can't make law against it, then there's no law to be able to suppress it. I'm sorry, you can't put law in front of somebody's constitutional right. And you can't enforce a regulation if there's no law there to hold it. And it states it right. And the way that the Section 12 is written is if there is a regulation that does diminish constitutional rights, it becomes invalid. But the rest of the application remains effective. For example, marijuana is the right of my religion. I can prove it in documentation. I can prove it in news feeds, as I just did. I can prove it in documentations by taking the word sweet calamus and translating it to the point where it comes up cannabis, because it is a part of the ingredient of the incense that God tells us to use. He specifically tells us not to use strange incense. which means we can't take cannabis out and substitute it for something else. God don't like that. But if I was out there doing methamphetamines, then they can enforce that regulation on me because it's not in my religion. So how are they going to sit there and punish me, telling me I have to go take substance abuse classes for practicing my religion? They can't. That's deprivation of rights under color of law. That carries the death penalty. That's how serious it is. That's how serious of a crime violating somebody's right is. I sent 3 petitions out, and they've dismissed every one of them. They're supposed to research this stuff. They're supposed to investigate it, but they never do. They want to throw away people's constitutional rights just so that they can have the authority and feel like they've got the big pants on to overtake somebody's rights and oppress law. I'm suing them. And there's a number. I really want you guys to call this number. Seriously, you guys won't get in trouble. You have a right to do it. They're your employees. You pay them. That's where your taxes are going. See that number right there? 855-368-4200. I want you guys to please blow their phone up every day. It won't take but five minutes to give them this petition number, which I don't want to. I'll put it in the description because I got my information on here. It's not blocked, so I'll put it in the description. And I want you guys to blow their phone up and let them know that they're wrong, that they cannot enforce this on me, that it should be removed and an exemption put on my file. Exempt from marijuana rights under freedom of religion. That's exactly what they should do. They keep telling me that it's recreational. No, it's not recreational. Not at all. Religion is not recreational. It is not medical either. That's not. Then they want to say that they can't change the outcome of the drug test. Well, I'm not asking them to change the outcome of the drug test. I admit it. I use marijuana in my religious practices. I even gave them all the information. I mean, look, like, this is ridiculous. Look at all this. Look at all that. It's ridiculous. And every one of them's been dismissed. This is all proof, and I've sent more than that. I've actually sent documentations and scripture, and and it's. What are they doing? I mean, seriously, what are they doing? Look, right here. Even in the encyclopedia. Sweet calamus. Right there. I mean, they're stupid. What are they doing? They don't even care about people's rights. As long as they're getting paid to do what they're doing, they don't care. They're government. They get to do whatever they want. Just as James Freeman said, they're sovereign citizens. Right? Wrong. They think because they work in the government that they're above us. And they get to pick and choose what they want to do. That's not how it works. Guys, we need to get up. Not just me, and you're a part of this too. You pay taxes. This is where your tax dollars are going. To people like this who violate people's rights. Without rights, we become slaves. I'm asking you guys, please, help me out on this. It don't take 5 minutes to call them. I even got an email. Hang on, I'll get you your email. Here's the email right here. It's highlighted. If you guys want to make a complaint on this, please do. I'm asking you guys for your help here. It would really mean a lot to me. I mean, it's the only way that we're going to get this stuff straightened out. And if they're not doing it to me, they're doing it to the other poor fella. And, hang on a second, I'll bring something else up to you here. Here's the, number right up here where it says detailed view of ID number. You can write that down to you too. Put that in the email with it, or if you call them, give them that number and tell them that they're wrong, because they can't enforce this on me. I mean, it's clear that they're violating law. And I mean, we all are in this together, every one of us. Because if they're not doing it to me, they're probably doing it to one of your family members. Probably even doing it to you. I mean, the only way to get this straightened out is if we all band together and do this, right? I mean, it's ridiculous that I have to write out so many petitions to get it through their head that they're breaking the law and they don't want to listen. Well, maybe if you guys do a lot of complaints, maybe they'll listen. And if you guys do make a complaint, please let me know in the comments. I mean, just keep blowing their phone up, or keep sending them emails after email after email until I inform you guys that they've removed this. It's the only way that's going to happen, because some way or another they're going to have to get the message. We're going to have to get the point across, and the only way to do it is if we all work together. So, and I'm asking you guys to please help me out. I would really, really appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure every other person would too. I want to try to get America straightened back out to where we're actually free again, and not freaking oppressed all the time. I mean, I'm suing them. I'm suing them. That's all there is to it. You know, I try calling them to get the information off of who looked at this petition and dismissed it, because I know they didn't look at it, they didn't investigate it. There's no way, they didn't have enough time to, and they refused to even give me any type of information. And I know if I go to FOIA request this, there's not going to be a name behind it. So the only way to come about is just to sue the whole agency, and then try to figure out who looked at the petition, then sue them individually. This is ridiculous. We shouldn't have to go through this at all. Anyways, I'd appreciate you guys if you help. God bless.